Hey everyone, my name's Dr. Khalaf with Acupuncture Fit.
And I'm Dr. Cornelia Franz with the Franz Center.
Welcome, welcome. And on our video cast today, we're going to be talking about how to simplify your health in regards to food being medicine, and medicine can be food.
No, medicine is food.
Medicine is food. I like that even better.
Hippocrates said that.
Correct.
Let medicine be thy food and food be thy medicine.
Correct. And he is the father of medicine. Or maybe is it grandfather of medicine?
Could be.
One of the two. He's very, very smart, and we've learned a lot from him.
Right.
So we firmly believe that food is medicine and medicine is food. Simple example, on a hot, hot summer day, melon can be very, very hydrating, right?
What kind of melon?
Ooh, I'm going to go with watermelon. Yeah, that's one of my favorites on a hot summer day. So in talking about watermelon, being medicinal on a hot summer day and it being cooling, that has to do with something we call food therapy in traditional Chinese medicine. It's something that has been developed over thousands of years to see how food actually affects our bodies, and it's something that we preach in our practices every day. So I want to go into a little bit of a diagnosis when it comes to how do we figure out, what food therapy is right for your body.
Pick me.
Dr. Franz.
Okay, pick me. Well, I digress, but it is well known in Chinese medicine that many foods do resemble organs.
Yes.
And so like kidney beans are called kidney beans because they look like the spleen?
No.
No.
Kidney.
That's right. And so they actually nourish the kidneys. And so kidney beans, black beans, just black-eyed peas, all the beans that look like that little kidney shape will nourish the kidney and the kidney energy. Pomegranate looks like ovaries and the thousands of little eggs in the ovaries. So pomegranates can be very good for ovarian issues. The prostate looks like a strawberry. The heart, what nourishes the heart?
Well, if you cut open a tomato and look into the inside of that, it's got chambers just like the heart, right? And it's red as well.
It's red. Yeah. Beets, I think, will nourish the heart because they're red. And, and melons look like breasts. That's why they're called melons. So, so melons are good for breast health.
Absolutely.
Is the point. So, you're right. So this has been around for thousands of years, and just those small tidbits, that's the beginning of food therapy.
Exactly. And before modern travel and all these distractions that we had, the ancient practitioners really had time to sit around and focus and meditate and see, how we work together with the environment around us and how it does affect our health.
Right.
And speaking further to diagnosing, for example, what we look at as traditional Chinese medicine practitioners, myself, when patients come in at our office at Acupuncture Fit, I want to go into that for a second. But before I do that, if you're watching this, please heart this, share this, and like this with your friends and your family. You can reach out to us on our messenger and ask us any questions you'd like. So back to a little bit to the diagnosis of this. So if a patient comes into my office and I see that they're hot and they're coming in sweaty with like a red flushed face, generally that patient, if I look at their tongue, which is one of the ways that we diagnose in Chinese medicine, their tongue might be swollen, might have some red pricks, most likely even some red prickles on the tongue. That's very indicative of heat. And many of those patients suffer from symptoms of, one example would be constipation. That's a very, very common one. So a hot-looking person that has a swollen tongue, red prickles, red tip, and is constipated because all the fluids are burnt up because their body's overheated, I'm going to want to go ahead and prescribe a regimen, a food therapy regimen of foods that are cooling in nature. So that's just one little example. Now, even further than that, Dr. Franz has something that she offers in her office that she refers her patients out to, which is called body typing.
Yeah, but before we go there, okay, you talked about a hot person. What does a cold person look like?
So a cold person, and one of my favorite examples is an arthritic patient. So an arthritic patient will generally tell me, hey doc, anytime it gets super cold outside, my joints hurt, right? So in Chinese medicine, arthritis can energetically be cold, right? Their tongue generally is purple in nature. It can be, their constitution can be very, very cold hands and feet. Just cold is what we see as far as diagnosing the tongue and, looking at their constitution. So what we do to help a patient like that would be to prescribe a food therapy regimen of warming foods.
Like ginger, cinnamon.
Exactly.
Okay, garlic. Yeah. And so it does make sense.
And conversely, if that hot-natured person did eat the ginger, cinnamon, or garlic, Further symptoms would contribute to the heat in their body,
Right.
causing them to have one of the biggest symptoms is headaches. So food can be also detrimental to your health. And this is a good segue going to the body types.
Right.
I really, really like this.
Yeah, so food therapy is using food to treat a dysfunction or
Correct.
a diseased state.
Correct.
And it is true. And then conversely, you're right. Eating too much of something can create a dysfunction. So it goes back to these principles you've heard over and over. It's about balance. So food therapy is one aspect of Chinese medicine. And yes, what we do in our office refer out is body typing. Now, body typing is also based on Chinese medicine. And it's based on the 5 elements: earth, metal, fire, water, wood. And each element has foods that you should and shouldn't eat to keep it balanced. So when you get body typed, and that's done through ohoseminars.com, ohoseminars.com, with the expert, the professor, you find out these foods you shouldn't eat. And then when you eat according to that, it restores function. So when you have function restored, there can be no dis-ease. So food therapy treats a diseased state and can help heal that. But with the body type system, you restore function, so then disease can't exist.
That's fascinating.
Yeah,
Wow.
because the body was designed to not be sick.
Correct.
So in essence, it's an acquired dysfunction.
And if
Right.
given the right tools, we believe that the body can heal itself.
Correct.
Right? So we're on the
Right.
sideline as our patient advocates, right? So we're cheering you on as we help restore your body to
Right.
function, right?
And like anything else, you have to follow the directions. You know, if you don't do what you're told, you don't get the results. And then people say, well, it didn't work. And you go, well, did you do this? No. Did you do that? No. I go, well, it's
Right.
not going to work. Okay, so I have a really bad headache, and Anise told me to eat these cucumbers and pears, and did you know I didn't do it because I don't like them. Oh, do you still have a headache? Well, yeah, I do. So,
Imagine that.
yeah. So, really following instructions and following them correctly, because many, many people have that tendency to think they can enhance it. When really I'm like, no. Because this has been around for 6,000 years. It's already been tried and proven and shown to be effective. So this, see, I came prepared with chopsticks for food therapy.
Yum.
Yeah.
I love it.
I can eat anywhere, okay? So so this is a really important aspect of what we both do.
Correct.
And everybody knows this now, because even Western medicine and the media are like, eat more of this and eat more of that. I like to educate people and say, look, like turmeric is a great antioxidant and a great anti-inflammatory. But turmeric's hot, okay? So you may say, oh, the doctor said I have inflammation, and so I'm going to eat turmeric. And, then they come to you and you're like, yeah, no, you put heat on top of heat, which is already inflamed. So there are other anti-inflammatories that can be cool. So it's about balance. And that's what the TCM, traditional Chinese medicine doctor, does with food therapy. And then with the body type system, you take over your own diet, and as you stick to it, then you get results. I do get asked a lot of times, are there cheat days? And I go, no. No, they're not.
No.
Well, other diets have it. And I go, yeah, because they're appealing to your psychology. But when you're restoring function, you don't get a cheat day. I go, do alcoholics have cheat days? No, they don't. Okay, do recovering crack addicts have cheat days? No, they're not built into the system. So this is about, how much do you want to be well?
Correct.
And so there are just different ways. But we are both very excited because the food is so important. And it's everywhere.
Yeah.
Eat this and my ulcerative colitis cleared up, and this cleared up, and this cancer cleared up. And a lot of what Dr. Anise does, not just with food therapy, but in the practice, is take care of these chronic deep-seated diseases with meridians and with herbs. To do what?
to restore the body back to function.
Right.
Yes, there's nothing voodoo or magical about what we do. This is to do with our God-given ability to heal and what's been given to us, on Earth. And I'm super excited to dive into the 5 different body types a little bit here. And there's something elements for the 12 body types. And there's something that you said that was very powerful, and regarding turmeric. Here's the deal. There's an explosion of natural medicine right now. There's so many diets that claim they are the end-all, cure-all for everybody. And what I love about what Dr. Franz is about to dive into is that if somebody tells you that this fast diet or whatever is the end-all, cure-all, run the other way, because we can break up literally who should be in what fast, who should be eating what, to figure out what is healing. And conversely, like I said, the opposite could be really, really traumatic. So before you dive into a system, it's important to come get body typed, and then what we can do is help you figure out the system that's right for you. This is purely focusing on the human and taking the focus away from the businessman in order to restore functional health.
Right.
So let's dive in a little bit.
Well, it is just a little bit. I mean, there's 5 elements, and each element has represents 2 organs, a hollow organ and a solid organ. And each one, I use animals. It's not this, but I use the analogy because
this is great.
So
I love this.
That if you are a giraffe, you need to eat giraffe food. What is giraffe food? It's going to be mostly things that are high in treetop, because that's how you were designed. If you are a pig, you are not going to eat treetop foods. You are going to dig for truffles, okay? And low-lying things. Mm-hmm. And I like the koala bear because the koala bear eats eucalyptus. So, if you feed a giraffe a steak, or if you feed koala steak, they're going to become sick because they were not designed to eat that and process it. And likewise with each body type, each element, there are those things. And what I loved about this was when I learned about the body type system was suddenly I could have had a V8. Okay, so the people who do a juicing diet are going to be people of a body type that do very well with that.
Correct.
Because the others won't. And so, because that body type can assimilate a juiced food better. And some of them need meat, and some of them don't. Animal protein, okay, which can be cheese, fish, okay, dairy, and meat, animal protein. So it really is specific to each person. So it takes all the guesswork out. And that's what I liked. And then also with the body type system, he's got an amazing community. So when you join the community, you can ask all kinds of questions. You can talk to people that are of the same body type. And then there are recipes posted.
Correct.
So, which has been a lifesaver for me, because I'm not a chef. I'm not gifted with, let's put these things together and that will be awesome. But I'm a good cook. So it's been amazing for me, anyway.
It is life-changing.
Yeah, and it is life-changing. And we have so many people who've done the body type system, and we've had eczema clear up, we've had lupus improve, we've had arthritis improve, just all kinds of chronic illnesses because the people were restored to function.
That's right. So that first body type that you were talking about with in regards to V8, I believe it's called wood body type.
No, that's water.
Or water body type, right? So water body types should eat mostly what?
Fruits and veggies.
Okay, so water body types should eat fruits and veggies, tip number 1. And backing up even a little bit further, Dr. Franz, you talked about eating high versus eating low.
Right.
So with each body type, we even tell you, hey, you should be eating high hanging or low to the ground growing.
Right.
Okay, great. So number 1 is a water body type. You want to eat a lot of fruits and veggies, right? And then stay away from
everything else.
See, that's the key.
No grain, no animal protein.
Right, that's the thing. So with this body typing, we teach you, we instruct you, what you can eat a bountiful amount of, right? 80-90% of your diet, even 100% of your diet, and then what to stay away from.
Right, and in the consult with the expert, he does explain that, and then the resources are amazing.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
And so, for those who want to be restored to function and improved energy and health, it's a great way to go.
Correct. So another body type, I believe, is Earth, right?
Right.
And that body type has a shape to it. It's generally somebody that's round, oval in nature. oval in nature. Earth body type should eat primarily what?
Grain.
Grain.
Yeah.
Right.
So when you get with the professor and you do your body type, he does explain this.
Love it.
And it's much easier coming in that forum, because this can generate a lot of questions that I'm not, I guess, qualified to answer, because I'm not the professor. Okay? But I can tell you that it works, and the support system in the body type community is great.
Mm-hmm.
And then for people who have diseases and problems right now, the food therapy works, as well as the acupuncture. And so it's acupuncture and TCM, because they support each other. And what I find so magnificent is just watching people get better.
Correct.
And naturally.
Correct. It's so funny because you said a word that is really looked down upon now these days. It's grains. So yeah, grains can be very detrimental to a lot of body types, right? But there is a certain amount or a certain type of body type that it's actually healing, right?
Well, right. So yes, some, again, if you use the animal analogy, some animals should eat grain and some should not.
Exactly. Exactly.
And it's so when you are designed to process food and use the energy of that food properly, you get results.
Excellent.
Because a lot of this can kind of go against what we've been taught in Western medicine. But I'm like, look, don't question it. Just do it. And then do it. Nike up, people. Do it for 100 days.
Yeah.
And see the results. Because I'm certainly not, are you in this business? I am not in the business of telling people stuff that hurts them.
No.
Yeah, it's important to help you and to help you find your way to restored function and health. Because health is freedom. And in the world of homeopathy, it's freedom from pain on the physical level, free from passion on the emotional level, and freedom from selfishness on the spiritual level, which I think is a beautiful definition. It's basically balance and harmony.
And what harms those causes diseases in the body.
Right.
And that's what we do when we pair your body type with your element, right? So we talked a little bit about earth. We've talked a little bit about
and that's
wood.
Enough.
Exactly.
Because I don't want to ruin all the industry for you.
I do want to say the other body types are, we talked about wood, it is fire, and then there is metal.
Fire, metal, wood, earth, and water.
Exactly. Those are the 5. So go on over to the Franz Center and book an appointment to get body typed. Once you have that script, come back over here at Acupuncture Fit. We can set you up with a program, on either side. I know Dr. Franz does stock all or many of the supplements that go with your body type, and we can recommend food regimens once you do that and really help your body restore it back to function.
Yeah. So have a great weekend. And follow our advice, okay? And if you do like this, heart it, share it. The more people that know about this, the healthier people are, and the happier people are.
Amen.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So my name's Dr. Anise Khalaf, and with Acupuncture Fit, I really, really want to thank you for watching. Hope you learned and took away some great tips for you or your family. And I'm here with Dr. Cornelia Franz. Until next time,
Yep.
have a wonderful month.
That's right. Have a great weekend.